good cars, you can expect them almost always to go above 160 miles, 60,000 miles, and be good for about 10 years without major headaches. And so, anyway, so that's my Toyota Prius. But the joke about the Toyota Prius is that it's small and it has no power, right? That it can't get around anywhere, and whatever. But it snowed a lot yesterday. Some parts in New Jersey got like 21 inches. Clifton, I think, got 21 inches, which is like massive, right? And so when I went outside today, I saw like this mound, like literally up to where the door handle was, there was a snow drift, and so the snow had drifted that high, which is no good. And oh, that was cool how that followed. And so basically I took a shovel and I dug out my car, and then after I dug out my car, yeah, I should have gotten closer before I spell flux there. Anyway, after I dug out my car and then like wiped all the snow off the top, behind the car was like another like up to the bumper, up to the top of the bumper, worth of snow. And so I was like, uh-oh, that's not good. There I pull off the worst combo ever, but I still get him. Ha ha ha. That's what good positioning does. That and facing really bad people. Anyway, so there's probably a good 2 feet of drift snow behind me, right? But I've dug out the side so I can get into my car. So I go in, and I'm kind of late for work, so I'm just like, ah, screw it, I'm going to try to get over this hump. And most people would be like, that's stupid because the Prius can't go anywhere. Those people are lying, because my Prius, I mean, I didn't even I had to go back and forth like twice, but it just plowed through that snowbank. And it was a really, you don't understand, like it was a tall snowbank. To the top of the bumper is a big snowbank. And so I was really proud of my car, and I was like, oh, my baby, he did such a good job. Who did a good job? And then I was laughing all the way, because I mean, it didn't skid, it didn't do anything. Although I do like it when my car skids, I think it's fun. Tina makes fun of me, she says that it's scary, but I think it's a little fun. Like if you know you're in relative control of your car, then it's fun. Here, I want to kill I want to kill TF. This is what happens when you go 9 and 1. You get cocky and you go, I can take on the world. And then if you look at the chat screen, Zurit got 1,000 kills for killing 1,000 gold for killing Tryndamere, and then he got another 879 gold from killing me. And so we just fed him like 2k gold in like 2 shots, and we're like, oh my gosh, he's gonna get so fed, because he already has Will of the Ancient. And so that plus the 2k gold plus any other kind of gold he got previously is just gonna make him a monster. And so we're like, uh-oh, but we don't care. Here, Garen can't decide where to go, and hesitancy is always why you die. Not always, but very often the reason why you die. And if he hadn't gone back and forth between the two, he would have been just fine. He probably would have gotten the Triss kill. What is Trin doing running around? He'll get him. Ah! Goodbye. And then, MF is stupid. And stays. Anyway, yeah, so I was very proud of my Prius. For those that don't know, I named her Dorcas. And the reason I named her Dorcas is because in the Bible, Dorcas is, in her small town, she was really known for helping out the poor and serving the people of her town, right? And she was such a servant that people really mourned the fact that she died. And you have to understand, back in old school, like people would mourn, but they didn't really mourn, right? So they would hire people to come by and like act like they were sad. And so like to hear like in the Bible, it's like, oh, people came and mourned. It's not that big of a deal, because really what was going on is that they just had hired people, and it was like a custom. It was like, oh, that's the right etiquette to do in terms of if somebody dies. You hire a bunch of people if you're rich, and then you make it seem like they're really important, or like they're really going to be missed. But this girl, she was actually so influential that the people asked for her to be, I mean, they were really mourning to the point that they were asking for her to be revived and stuff. And so anyway, that just shows her character and how much she loved to serve and how influential she was. So I wanted that kind of to be my car, right? I wanted my car to be a car of service and then help out, especially since when I didn't have a car, I'm hoping that he'll come. Come on, come on, come on. Yay, noob. Especially when I didn't have a car. Tina's mom like lent me her car all the time, and I was like really blessed by it. I was like, you know, people could always be worried about insurance and car crashing and stuff, but she never cared about that kind of stuff. So I don't know if I'm gonna be lending out my car or anything, or if I'm gonna even need to. But I definitely want to be able to give people rides and do things for people if they need. So that's one reason I named it Dorcas. Also, the second reason I named it Dorcas is because Dorcas in Greek also means gazelle. So I thought that was a cool name for a car to have, right? Because the Impala is pretty much gazelle. So gazelle is cool. And then on top of that, what else? What else? Something else. Oh, because Dorcas is pretty much risen from the dead because so many people miss her, and then she's risen from the dead because they take pity on her, and so she's prayed for and then she's risen. Anyway, this is a new used car, and it's the first time that I've ever bought a used car. I'm figuring that it's gonna die sometime relatively, or there's gonna be problems with it. But I hope that I can just do something like pray over it, and then it will resurrect from the dead as well. See? Huh? Isn't that cool? 3 reasons. I'm so cool. And I'm so cool I sit there taking 10 tower shots like an idiot. And our Soraka gets TF. Beast Soraka. Woo! Anyway. 13, 3, and 7. You know what that spells? That spells leet. You know why? Because I am leet. If you don't know what that means, why are you watching this video? Anyway, okay, so I'm going to go for my Rabadoni's hat now. And it's 30 minutes in, and they say they're not, I don't know why they're not quitting, but they're not. But it's okay, because, I mean, I don't think any of us are being jerks on our team. We're just having fun. And so I think both teams were like pretty cordial. Like, they weren't flaming for being complete noobs, and if they were, I didn't see it. We didn't see it on ours. Maybe they were at their chat channel, but we were always talking back and forth about like stuff non-game related, and just talking about how fun or how good of a game it was. And so I think I like that. I like that when if it is a raffle stomp, there's no need to rub it in the face unless somebody on their side has been talking like massive smack, right? Then you can rub it in their face because that's what they deserve. But I mean, if you're honing them badly, there's no real reason to sit there and be like, oh, I got you in the face. You know, have some class. I know I said gamers don't have class, but like have some class and be like, oh, you know, I've been in that situation where I've had a bad teammate or 2, or 3, or 4, many times. So there is not really a reason to be a jerk about it. And then conversely, if you're losing, lose with some grace. I know, you know, if you get frustrated, that's okay. Long range Q right there, by the way. If you get frustrated, I rage all the time. But the game before this, where I told you I got raffle stomped, I mean, I knew it was coming, and then I was just like, oh, let's just have fun. And then the game was much better. Not like, I don't want to be like those people who try to justify and be like, oh, I don't care about this game. Games are so stupid. And then, you know, the whole sour grapes thing where they make it out to, like, they don't want it because it hurts or it's insulting to them that the fact that they can't win. And so they make something they want into something they don't want because essentially they're lying to themselves so that they can feel better. But I don't want to do that either. But I mean, at the same time, you have to realize it's just a game. It's not, you know, it is what it is. And so if you lose, it's not going to make you a worse person. If you win, it's not going to make you a better person. And we can see that right now, you know. I have a 1100 ranking or something like that. But clearly, everyone knows that I'm a much cooler person than Michael Bao, who has a 1500 ranking. See what I did there? See how I contradicted? See? That's humor. That's good humor. Ah, good job, me. No, I can't believe that Mike Bao has a stinking 1500 ranking on solo queue. Because solo queue is such a coin flip. It's like, you have to get so lucky to have, or, I mean, because I can, yes, Mike Bao is good. I'm not going to take away from that. But there's no way that him alone can carry a team that many times. You know what I'm saying? Like, it depends a lot on your team count. Because if you have one noob, it can really screw it up for you. Now you can say, if you are that noob, it's bad, yeah. But I mean, at the same time, like, you know, like, I don't know, like, I would say that I have played very well in very many games that I've lost in the ring because the team that I was dealt. And that's just something you have to, but for him to go 1500 on solo queue, I'm like, how is that even possible? I think I got up to 1400 and then I had a string of like 13 losses and then I was like, shoot me now. But anyway, so props to Mike for getting to 1500. I would sit on that and not play anything ever again for solo queue. Just kidding. Anyway, back to this game. That's kind of my thoughts on how I approach whatever. I'd like to try to be a little more noble and be like, oh yeah, whatever. But I flame too, and I get rage a lot, so I can understand it. And go tower. Go tower. Yay. At this point it's 59-32, and we are having a ton of fun. Did you see that Deathfire's Whisper's Gorge, whatever that is? It took like half of his health off. I'm very happy with that purchase. And that is why you get that. Well, that and the reason that it gives you one more spell to cut down, so your rotation pretty much has no gaps in it. There's no cooldown between any of your spells. Because everyone knows this ryze's passive is that every time you cast a spell, then it pretty much takes away a second off all your other spells' cooldowns. Gahahaha. Ponage. Okay, I think we finish it up here. And if we don't, we're stupid. Oh, I died. I died? I'm such a noob. I should have gone with the other one first because I need another spell. I'm getting the Hex Tech Gunblade. I've always called it the Hexagonical, but the Hex Tech Gunblade because it's one more spell. So basically, instead of just my QWER and my Deathfire's Grasp, I now have 5. And oh, I guess Do I get it in this game? There's one game where I get both, and literally I take down a Shen from full to 0 health, and he was a good Shen. Like he is just sick because the Deathfire's Grasp, and for that game I got the that thing that does 40% magic penetration, whatever that is. Some Void Staff. I got the Void Staff, and then pretty much this build right here. So instead of my Doran's Ring, I had the Void Staff, and then I just completely owned the Shen from him. And he had like 3,600 health. We both were like, wow, how did that happen? Anyway, back to the game. We didn't finish it, which just makes it more fun for us. I figured Trist is going somewhere. Oh, so I wanted to do this last part. I wanted to do the dancing. And so at the end I talk a little bit past the clip. Instead of just putting a flat screen, I wanted to like a screenshot. I wanted to put me dancing, but they kept coming and killing me, and I don't know how they knew I was there. I don't know how Trist. Why would Trist come there, and then why would those two come there? And I was just like, ugh. But don't worry, I get it later. I get it later. Bilge Water Cutlass. That's what I should have gone first because I need that spell cast. But it's okay. Here I'm about to get the Will of the Ancients because I can afford it, but I'm like, nah, I'll be patient. It's like the one time I'm patient. Oh, yeah, that's it. Anyway, so they're defending well. They're not QQing. Nice. And if they did, and you guys saw it in chat, I wasn't watching, so I didn't know what was going on. They are trying to surrender though, but I guess a couple of them don't want to. Here we go. Here we go. Now we get to dance, but now I can't get it perfectly in the middle. There it is. A little to the left. Little. Fail. We'll just keep it right there. And so at the end of the video, you'll see this going on, and I think I'll do this for every one of my videos because dancing Ryze is cool. All right, I'm back here, and they actually get us. Wow, I did not see that coming. Did I see that coming? I don't know. I have bad memory. So here, Tristana jumps into Barons, and he gets killed by Barons. And I'm just thinking, what are you doing? Is he feeding? What is he doing? I think he was trying to get away from Nunu. Anyway. Ah ha ha. Talk about a waste of an ult. But yeah, I love getting Ghost and Flash for all squishy characters, doesn't matter what, because one, it gives you good escape mechanisms, and two, if a lot of times if you are squishy, it usually means you're some kind of burst damage or high damage dealer, and so you can chase down. So it has a lot of good team implications. I know ryze is somewhere here. I mean, what's his face? Eve. Run away! Run away! Run away! Can I get him? I got him! Yay! I was dead anyway. 19, 7, and 12. And I'm going to, yay, I'm going to finish my Hex Tech Blade. And I need to set my key bindings because I don't have my number 3 key binded well to anything, or anything useful anyway. Oh, maybe this is the game that no, I know this is not the game that I get it. But you'll see me be able to get off the combo. And the Hex Tech Blade, it's not going to do a lot of damage. How much does it do? Like 150, 200 damage? And most of it's mitigated at this point anyway. But it's okay, it slows them too, so. Oh, there's another thing to talk about. If you are a hip-hop fan, and you like kind of, whatever, hip-hop, rap. Okay, maybe I shouldn't say hip-hop, because some people would be like, rap isn't hip-hop, blah blah blah. But if you like rap, covers, freestyles, there's this guy named Jay Park. He used to be a Korean, like, boy band leader, but he quit, and some stuff happened, and then his fans all freaked out. And by the way, his fans, like these teenage girls, got so upset over this, and really because of that, I was like, man, this guy's a total, like, I instantly, I didn't like him because of how stupid his fans were being, which is not fair to him, but I mean, I was like, this guy's retarded, and he must be such a big, or actually, I don't think I thought anything about him, but I definitely felt like, because of his fans, like, something didn't sit right with me. I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna cheer for him because, you know, his fans are so stupid. And I don't know what the psychology is behind that, but I just felt like I didn't like it. And it's, yeah. And it's weird because, wow, look at that. Full damage. I did everything except my ult, which was stupid, because if I ulted, I probably would have killed him in 2 shots. Anyway, so this guy named Jay Park used to be a part of a group called 2PM, very popular in Korea. And basically, stuff went down. I don't know what happened. There's a bunch of rumors. You can speculate. But stuff went down, and then he came to America, and now he's kind of doing the YouTube thing, and he hangs out with like